Well, and so for my listeners who have a heart to give, many of my listeners do have a big heart. I know CAST was among the first to offer scholarships, like you just described, for self-rescue style swimming lessons. What really drove that decision, though? Because, like, what kind of families are you really able to serve through this program, besides just in the Chicagoland area?
Sure. We're in probably 15-ish states right now. It should be about 25 by next year. And we give partial scholarships to teachers, nurses, first responders, the military. And then we also have scholarships for kids with special needs and physical disabilities. The self-rescue method is very effective for kids with added needs. And then, of course, we have a sliding scale for families with income-based need. If families can afford $5 a week, we supplement the rest. Some of them can pay half their tuition, and together with the instructor donating some time, we supplement the rest.
So great. So you,
A lot of them have a retention ditch in their backyard or a pond in their backyard, or it's just amazing how many people live so close to so much water that, you cannot fence off.
yeah. Well, I do know that your story's getting out there. Even WGN recently did a segment on you and Cass. So what stories or demonstrations do you share that really drive home the life-saving impact of this work? Like, I'm hoping that we can put a link down in our show notes so people can watch that as well.
I hope I answer this properly. Yes, we were super honored to be featured on WGN's Medical Watch. So often people think of swimming as recreation, and it should be and it can be, but first kids need to learn how to save their own lives. And I've always found it funny that, if you look back on your own kids' recreational sports, my guess is that their youngest coach was their swim instructor. We've got moms and dads coaching soccer and basketball and football. And then for some reason, swim instruction has been given to the 15 and 16-year-olds at the Park District pools. But this is a life and death thing. So to be on WGN's Medical Watch, where they outlined that this is the number one cause of death for kids 1 to 4, they mentioned the non-swim time statistic, which so many families that have lost kids said, how did I not know this? And then they interviewed families that have had survival stories or that have experienced the empowerment and really dug into the why that each family comes here. And those whys range in, we've just heard really great things. We live nearby. It's empowering to, I lost my brother to drowning, or I lost a nephew to drowning. People tell me things every day. I'm glancing over at our pool right now, but there's these really brightly colored Adirondack chairs in our pool area. And I'll be sitting there with a family that I've known for a year, and all of a sudden they'll say, oh gosh, thank you so much. I don't tell a lot of people this, but I pulled my brother out of the pool at this and that age. Or so it's very meaningful. And when we joke, when the WGN segment came out, the dads started sharing. The moms have always shared, but for WGN, the dads were like, oh, we go here. This is legit. So it's just raising awareness. There's very few families that have lost a kiddo to drowning that knew that it was the leading cause, that knew about this non-swim time statistic, or that realized that maybe it shouldn't be the most fun thing in the world. They look back and realize, oh my gosh, my kid thought that they could swim and they couldn't. So we just love to kind of break that echo chamber. And when you can be on a podcast like Chris's and you're talking to, a group of people that may not have young children, that's the most impactful thing. We just say a share can save a life. And so often people say, well, I don't have young kids, but we have to get this information out there.
Absolutely. Very much so.